Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. Today I'm going to answer a viewer letter about whether to keep the old tractor or to buy a new tractor. And we're going to look at the numbers, and the numbers really point heavily toward one decision. And we'll talk about that today. The point I want you to get out of the video is a tractor is an investment, and if you get one that's in high demand, it doesn't cost you much to own it. Our refrigerator just went out after 12 years, and we're buying another one. 12 years from now, that refrigerator will be worth nothing, probably get recycled in a crusher, but a 12-year-old tractor has a lot of value. Well, let's get to our letter. It comes from Dale, and Dale says, I live close to you, and he does. I don't think I can see his place from here, but it's close. He lives about 17 miles south of Springfield, Missouri, which is about 4 miles from where I live. He says, I have a really nice Case 570 with a Rhino 6-foot brush hog. I only have pasture to work with trees surrounding the pasture. They're not on part of my place. I'm thinking of selling my Case and getting a smaller tractor. I am 76 years old and do not really have that many projects since we have lived here going on 20 years. So it is mostly just maintenance, like carrying things around. My question is concerning the loss of my investment on the new tractor due to the fact that I could probably have 5 to 10 years left on this place, but would maybe have 100 hours maximum on the tractor at the time I would want to sell it. Should I keep the Case that's already paid for, or could I expect to recoup a lot of my original purchase price of a 35 horsepower utility tractor investment? My thoughts on a new tractor would be to have a 4x4 hydrostat front loader and hopefully be able to clip my pastures that are mostly grass with small weeds with the existing Rhino brush hog. Thank you, Mike. Dale, real easy decision here, I think. We're going to go to the computer and I'm going to show you some spreadsheets that I have. It's going to tell you which way to go based on the numbers. Let's go after it. What I'm going to show you today is some inside information, and it's a good rule of thumb about whether or not to buy a new tractor versus keeping an old one. And I'm going to make a very, very strong argument today that Dale needs to get a new tractor for a lot of reasons, but when you put the numbers to it, you're going to see that it just makes a lot of sense. And to start out, let's talk about what happens the day you take delivery of a brand new tractor. And this spreadsheet right here shows you that if the new tractor had a selling price of $30,000, and I'm going to say that the dealer made 15% when he sold it to you. And that could be high, it could be low, I don't know. I know the dealers that I called on when I was a rep, I know the dealership I worked at. 15% margin was a pretty good margin in our area. There are a lot of tractor dealers in our area. Things are pretty competitive. If we made 15%, we thought we were doing pretty good. We'd sure take 12%, probably 10%, and if pressed, and we're up against several other competitors, maybe 8%. But that's about as low as we would go. And I know in COVID, tractor supplies were short. Dealers were probably making better margins. We're going to assume things get back to normal. And I'm just going to say a dealer margin on a new tractor might be 15%. So that $30,000 tractor actually cost the dealer $25,500. They made $4,500 on the deal, or 15%. So let's just say that you took delivery of a new tractor, and right after you got it, you decided you didn't like it and you wanted to trade it back in. Well, that tractor is only worth $21,000 now, or 30% less than what you bought it for. And the reason is, if a dealer is going to take it back in trade, they want to make money on it, and it will bring about at retail what a dealer cost is on a new one. And the reason that is, the warranty clock is ticking on it. If you took the low rate program, that's gone. And for another customer to buy it, they're going to want to pay about what a dealer would pay for it, buying a near new tractor. So they're going to probably give $25,500 for it versus $30,000 for a new one. And if the dealer wants to make 15% on the trade, they're going to only allow you $21,000 for that trade-in. So let's just go with these numbers. A new tractor that sold for $30,000 The day after you take delivery of it and the warranty clock is ticking and the low rate's gone, it's going to be worth $21,000 in trade and $25,500 at retail. Remember those numbers. $25,500 is the important one. Now, I'd like to say a couple of things about market conditions here. If you've been shopping for a late model used small tractor like what Dale's talking about, you know that there's not that much inventory out there. And when you find a late model used tractor, a small one, usually they'll sell darn close to what a new one will. So we're going to assume that that doesn't change. If that does change, that could throw out this whole thing. But we're going to assume that the inventory level stays low and the demand stays high. And I think that's likely because we've got a real deficit of inventory right now, and we've still got a lot of people moving out to the country, and they all need small tractors to operate. Now, one thing I want to say, tractors hold their value. A new tractor will have 4,000 to 5,000 to 6,000 hours of good use on it, and most of us, like Dale, like me, don't put that many hours on it. So in 5 to 10 years, that tractor is going to have a lot of value and a lot of potential to a customer that's looking for a tractor like this. And I'm going to say this $25,500 figure is not going to change that much in the next 5 to 10 years. Tractor's not going to go down any in value at retail. And actually, if the supply of used tractors stays tight and the demand stays strong, I think it could actually go up. On this spreadsheet right here, I'm going to share some inside information with you. If we assume that the dealer cost on the tractor was $25,500 in 2022, we're going to assume that dealer cost is going to go up somewhere between 2 and 3% every year. I think that's about normal. The tractor itself is probably not going to change. They could change model numbers in here, but usually there's not a huge change in features and options and how the tractor is equipped, but the same tractor will go up 2 to 3% every year. So let's say our dealer cost was $25,500, like we said in the last spreadsheet, and it's going to go up 3% a year. Here's where we're going to go every year, and I'm assuming that Dale's going to own this tractor for 8 years. He said somewhere between 5 and 10 years. We're figuring 8 years of use on the tractor. So the tractor that costs the dealer $25,500 in 2022 and goes up 3% a year is going to cost the dealer $31,362 in 2029. Now, if it only goes up 2% a year, the tractor is going to cost $29,291 in 2029. That's what the dealer is going to pay the company for it. And the reason the tractors go up 2 to 3% a year, even though they don't change, is because just overall cost, labor cost, material costs tend to go up that much. Now, if there's a spike in steel prices or if labor goes up, inflation, all that stuff can come into play. But this 2 to 3% is about an average. Could be more, probably won't be any less than 2%. So that's what dealer cost is. So in 2029, when Dale is ready to sell his tractor, the dealer cost on the tractor has gone up from $25,500 to somewhere between $29,291 and $31,362. Now, where dealer selling prices are going, and this is totally taking the 2 to 3% a year and adding that onto the selling price, we're going to guess in 2029, selling price on that same tractor Dale's got is going to be somewhere between $34,400 and $36,900. So, if Dale wants to sell his tractor in 2029, and you tell me what you think. If he's got a tractor that he paid $30,000 for, and he prices that tractor at retail at $30,000, and tractors are selling at $36,896, and this tractor of Dale's has less than 100 hours on it, and it's not a lot different than what's offered in 2029, would you pay $30,000 for a used tractor with low hours that's been well cared for, or would you pay $36,700 or $36,896 for it in 2029? Now, with this, you get a warranty and low rate financing, so that makes this attractive. But I'm going to tell you, I think Dale can get close to what he paid for it if all these trends continue, if there's no big change in inflation or the market, there's not a lot of people wanting to get out of, there's compact tractors, there's not a lot of inventory glut on the market. I believe that Dale will be real close to getting $30,000 at retail from that tractor he paid $30,000 for in 2029. And so to me, especially when I consider he's got an older Case 570 tractor that could have a major mechanical failure. You know, we don't know what's going to happen, but that tractor's older, and if it does have a mechanical failure, he's going to have a big repair bill. And if he's got anywhere from a $2,000 to a $4,000 repair bill on that tractor, that's not going to help the resale value of an older Case tractor. What it's worth now is going to be about what it's worth in 2029. So in my mind, Dale, it's going to make a lot of sense for you to buy a new tractor, keep it in good shape, keep it insured, keep it washed, waxed, cleaned up, and in 2029, when you get ready to sell it, you're going to get darn near what you've got in it. And in certain market conditions, you might get as much or more. So to me, it's a no-brainer. And if I were 76 years old and I were thinking about buying a tractor, it's a little easier for me to get on and off and a little easier to operate, it's a no-brainer. I've spent a lot of time on old farm tractors. It's time for me to relax and get something new that's real easy to operate. Dale, I don't think is any question. Get the new tractor, get what you want, get all those options you mentioned, because that's going to hold its value very well. I appreciate you watching my videos. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can do that by clicking here. Here's a link to my website and the Tractor Fun Store with cool items for sale for the tractor owner. And here's another video you might want to watch. Thanks for watching.